but I always think about bringing that out to them just to see if they're still interested, you know, because that way if they're not interested, you can focus on something else, because you only got so much. If you're working a full-time job, you know.
Well, they already got back to me on that one, and that's what me and my co-writer talking about. See, my biggest deal is, you know, I got all excited when this was going to happen. I was ready to write. The thing is about my co-writer, he's also my neighbor. To be honest, I don't even think he's as focused on it right now. He's the one that's kind of holding me, because I don't have that confidence. That's just if I can do this on my own. They've already given me the name. It's a lady named Heather Perry. She's waiting on a copy of the script. And so, to be honest, part of my reasoning for coming down here was to just meet you guys and see what you're about, and also see if I can kind of get involved in this inner circle and help out on projects before I threw mine out there. But yeah, possibly.
So if you white on a copy of the script?
Yeah, and every time I go to talk to this guy about helping me write it, he kind of barks up. So truthfully, that's kind of where I'm in the neighborhood. Is, you know, I'm leaning towards finding another writing partner.
Yeah, sometimes you get to that point, you just have to do, you have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect my code, but he just seems more focused on his stuff and where it wants to go and the way I see it. This is a foot in the door, it's a golden opportunity. It's not technically, but I don't want to be, you know, just known for this and this alone. This is why I've got, the way I write is I have several different genres and several different ideas, and I write them out to a point where, you know, it's to be finished, and then, you know, I kind of stop.
It's very hard having a co-writer, because you know what you want in your head, and they have their own idea, and what they want to do is the same.
And they want to change it a lot.
Yeah.
It's compromise.
Yeah. And so if you really want it the way you want it, you pretty much have to do it yourself, you know, unless you get a really good team, like we had hire script, you be able to just keep pour out stuff, you know, whether you like it or not, but they're making money at it, you know.
No, it's just a personal opinion with me of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw 3 different types of movies in one series. The first one I thought they were more into comedy and family fun. The second was more drama and more the story. And the third, they were just going for epic. And to me, it just kind of a little different as it went along.
Yeah, they also do Shrek. I mean, as a team, they're making money. They have to work together, you know, so.
Well, it is the same problem with Matrix movies, that they shot 2 and 3 at the same time together, instead of focusing on each of their own film, and they got lost in the shuffle. My opinion.
And, yeah. So, yeah, sometimes the guy, it's just funny ways it happens sometimes, like the relationships. Anyway, yeah, there's not a whole lot of writers on the website. Like you mentioned, Dwayne, he went to AFI, he's an actual writing group in LA, but they do it online and stuff, so he's the guy to talk to.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm here for more than acting. I want to know the ins and outs of the business, and you know, the way I see it, I think if anybody needs help, and anything, I'm glad to come out, you know, pull my own weight, see what I can learn, because virtually, like I said, I don't have the background that everybody else has, and I don't, you know, I've never been involved in a lot of film students. I'm just a kid that agrees.
So do you have access to a computer though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, then just stick it, like told the guy, stick into Oklahoma, like his English will join the website, because crew calls are always put on, or the mention here is always put on there too, and some that aren't mentioned here are on there. So, you know, then people are always looking for help. You know, that's, you know, they'll never turn anybody away, generally speaking. So, even if it's just to go to watch, it's PA. I mean, just go for it. You know, you're just there, you know, that's where you start. You start watching, you watch other people, see what they're doing, and, you know, learn from them. Because there's quite a few people. There's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing here in the group, and then there's people that know what they're doing, have in the middle, and there's other people that don't. You know, so it's just kind of a mix of everything. So, and everybody, and different people do things different. You know, so it's always good to go watch different people and see how they do it. Some people are really meticulous in what they do, and others you just grab the camera out of the van and stick it on. So that's it, very good. You know, so all kinds of shooting.
This one in particular is very clear to let it comment.
Do I? No particular comment. Nobody else had any comments. Richard, he said he had a setup for his 35mm setup. He did a little bit of footage.
Yeah, I've got some footage on there, so thanks for watching.
Where did you get this from?
I bought it directly from Leadus Direct.
Oh,
First
right.
off,
Yeah.
they were cheaper than big action. So, and like I said, I looked at the Prius up there in Canada, so I knew which stock to drive there and camp out on their doorstep.
And basically, the difference between, I've learned, between video and 35mm camera is that you get depth of field, whereas the video camera in the wall are going to look the same.
Yeah, you can't get that bokeh with a video camera, because the chip size is
Yeah.
too small.
But with the adapter, because we all use video cameras, we don't, nobody shoots film right here. So, the him there, you'll see it on that when he shows it.
Yeah, right.
He'll be in focus and the wall will be better. That's what, when you go to movies, that's what you watch. If you watch, which you usually don't until you start thinking about it, you know. If you actually watch, you'll see the depth of field, you know. That's what it is. It's not flat.
Yeah, basically the way the thing works, I didn't know how they work. I guess I was naive, but when I got it in, it didn't even come with instructions on what the thing, what to do with this thing. But it's got a ground glass screen on the half end of it where you hook up your video camera, and on the other end, you put an adapter with whatever kind of lens you want to hook to 35mm camera lens. And so I've got a Canon 50D, and I had a Canon L7200, so I got a Canon EOS adapter, and hooked up 7200, and by the time you get all that hooked up, the thing's like this long, so, you know, the video camera's only like that, and it's like that when you get done, so you have to not only buy the adapter, you got to buy the rails to support the damn thing, so you can put it on a tripod, because it'll just rip right out of your camera, because it just screws into your camera lens filter is what it does, and if you so you got to support it. I didn't bring a picture of it. I wish I had. I sent Ken one.
I'll post it out there tomorrow, anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at. It's really a beast.
So how does it video focus work? That kind of thing?
Well, what you do is
the same on your camera?
Well, what you do is you zoom your video camera out. You can't take the lens off, so you screw the adapter on, and you zoom out, and you can see the ground glass screen. You can see it through your viewfinder, and you zoom in to where you just have the ground glass screen almost still on the screen, and you focus on that screen instead of whatever beyond it. Once you do that, then you're in manual focus on your video camera, and then you don't mess with the focus after that. Then you put the lens on, and you focus with the 35mm lens on. Now you can zoom with the video camera, but you can only zoom so much because you've got to keep that screen filling so you don't vignette on the edges. And but I was completely amazed at how good a job it did. You lose about a half stop on your half stop, but that's it. I mean,
That's not bad.
no, not at all. And I used a single. You'll see this footage. I used a single. It's just ugly me as a talking head, but I used just a single cool light. It's equivalent to 600 watts daylight balance. I just threw the camera in daylight balance. I didn't even do a white balance. I just threw it in daylight. Turned out pretty good. It's worth the money if you can afford it. The whole setup was like $1,800 for the adapter, but hey, it's a whole lot cheaper than a Red One camera or something like that.
The price include the rentals and stuff here?
Yeah, the rails are like $350. The thing was, it was really well made though. I have to say it was. Even the little door, you put batteries in it, and what the battery can afford is that ground glass screen. When you focus on it, you can see the ground